Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy Tej, and today I'm going to be showing y'all how Section 8, produced by ChiChi and ATL Jacob, make fast and hard triplet beats for Lil Baby and ESTG, kind of similar to As Real As It Gets and The Bigger Picture. I'm going to be showing y'all how to make the beat from scratch, so I'm going to be breaking down all the melodies and all the drum sounds. So yeah, without further ado, let's just hop right into it. Alright, so the first sound that I opened was this ambient piano sound in X-Band 2. I went to the A section right here and turned the sustain resonance down, and I turned off the delay and reverb that come on as standard. And with that melody sound, I went in and I penciled in this melody. So what I ended up doing is I went to the magnet tool, I selected 1/3 beat, and using the smallest grid lines, I drew in some notes for kind of a faster paced melody. So this is what the piano melody sounds like. And for effects on that piano, I put on a vinyl with a good amount of detune, an EQ to cut out some of the lows, another EQ to cut out some harshness, a reverb, turn the wet up a little bit and the dry down, and a sound goodizer just to add a little bit of compression and saturation to the sound. Now moving on to the second melody sound, I went into X-Band again and I got this spiccato up strings preset, and I didn't change anything else with the sound design. And then I went ahead and penciled in these intervals melody to kind of go along with the piano. So with the piano, it sounds like this. And for effects on the strings, I put a little bit of detune using vinyl and a little bit of reverb, turning the high cut just up a bit. And for my third melody sound, I went back into X-Band 2 and I got this legato tremolo preset. I don't believe I changed anything. I might have turned the delay off and that's it. And then I penciled in this melody. And my last melody, I opened up Keyzone Classic and got this Yamaha Grand Piano preset. All I did was draw in some bass notes to correspond with the rest of the melodies. So in context, all the melodies together sound like this. And for effects on the last two melodies, for the strings, I put on a reverb. And for the keys, I put on a low cut to cut out some of those really deep frequencies to leave some room for the 808 later. So now that we got all the melodies down, we'll hop into the drums. So the first thing I added, like I usually add, is a clap on the 3 of every measure. And then next I added a hi-hat pattern, and this looks a little different compared to the typical 2-step hi-hat. This hi-hat pattern is probably more similar to the patterns that you'd hear in The Bigger Picture or Real As It Gets, is those real fast triplet hi-hats. And the way you do that is you open up the magnet tool, and once again you're selecting 1/3 beat, and using those grid lines you fill in your pattern and throw some rolls and some accent notes here and there, and you got yourself a hi-hat pattern. The hi-hat pattern that I put in sounds something like this. And these finer rolls, since we are using the 1/3 beat setting, these rolls, instead of being a half step, will be in the 1/3 step magnet. And same with these descending rolls right here. Those will also be in the same magnet setting. Next, added an 808 pattern, and it's pretty similar to a lot of the 808 patterns that you have. It's just you can go to this magnet tool in the line setting, and most of these notes will line up with things on the grid that you normally put in for similar 808 patterns. And the main difference is just these rolls at the ends of the 4th and 8th measures of both halves of the pattern. So it's a 16 measure pattern. The only difference with the second half is that the end of the 8 bars is just an octave up with the last 3 notes. So the rolls are once again using the 1/3 beat setting. I've just gone in and rolled the velocities up. So it adds a little bit of intensity, bringing it into the second half of the pattern. Altogether, this is what my 808 pattern sounds like. And so something I didn't mention before was these rolls here at the end of the 8 bar loops are using some note pans. So what you do is you can select these and go right here where it says control, go to note pan, and I've adjusted them so it alternates between left and right. Next, I added a Southside open hat. And per usual in my videos, these are enveloped, so go right here, everything down, hold is all the way up. Next, I added a snare sound, and the rolls that I used here are corresponding to the 1/3 step setting and the 1/6 step setting. So that way they kind of line up with the drums a little bit. And in context with the rest of the beat, this is what it sounds like. And lastly, I added a kick pattern just to add a little extra punch to the 808s. The kick pattern also features those 1/3 step rolls that I had in the 808. So altogether, the drums sound like this. That's pretty much going to do it for me. I'll have the beat played at the end of the video. As always, thank you all for watching. Check out my Instagram, link is in the description, or at beatsbytej. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to see more content like this, hit the subscribe button. And yeah, that's all I got. I'll see y'all later.
Yo, Tej, what's up?